Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Learn Geoguessr. The goal with this series is to create a number of different videos about various topics within GeoGuessr meta, and the main goal of it is for me to learn more about the meta and to take you along with me to hopefully teach you some things about various parts of the meta. So today I'm going to be doing Pedestrian Crossing Signs of Europe. I'm going to be playing through a couple of different maps to try and learn more about pedestrian crossing signs. It's an aspect of, I suppose, the meta that I need to improve on, and it would probably help quite a lot for me to learn them, specifically in Europe, because I would say I struggle with between certain countries. So the plan is to play through this map, Pedestrian Crossing Signs of Europe. It's designed as no moving, panning, or zooming. It's created by Zamzam, so credit to him or her for creating the for the map. And then I'm going to play an Urban Europe, and we'll just see how it goes. As always, I'll probably chop and change when I'm to show you only good information, but let's see how we get on here. So, first location. Okay, interesting. It's going left to right, and instantly off the bat, I actually don't know this. I'm going to look around in a second, but I haven't seen this before, so it's kind of a larger stride. It's 5 stripes. There are obviously 5 stripes is the most common type of sign you will see in Europe, so this could be a lot of different countries. I'm going to look around here now. Its first guess is like Nordic. It's probably going to be... Okay, so what I will say is, if I've now looked around and seen that it's probably Nordic, and I know it's now Finland because Sweden and Norway, and I will go to my my help here. Sweden and Norway both have 4 stripes. Denmark does have 5, but has a very different looking man, so that narrows it down to being Finland. So I'm just guessing Helsinki. It was Jyväskylä. Anyways, we move on. Okay, I am not sure. Again, 5 stripes. The one thing I don't know if this is definitely the case, but when I look at Italy's man, he looks like a lot of the other men, pedestrian crossing men. So I was looking at it and thinking perhaps it's Italy, because he looks kind of like a bit buff, but I don't think it's necessarily. Well, you know what? It could be Italy. I think it is Italy, actually. Funnily enough. Yeah, it was. Oh no, San Marino. Okay, but I think they probably use the same sign. So that's good to know. That's not a really distinct one, but I would like to think in Italy rounds you'll probably be able to see some language or something, or the number plates, the double blue number plates. Right, so this one is a fairly common sign in Eastern Europe, is what I've learned. So most commonly seen in Russia. You can also see it in, I think, Lithuania and probably Ukraine as well. So I'm going to look around a little bit here. We have Cyrillic, because that would be our first indicator. Also, the yellow border around it is interesting. I wonder if there's anything on this map that says about yellow borders. I have noticed, okay, there is a yellow border there for, was it Moldova? But Moldova is not in official Google Street View. I'm just going to guess Russia here. I don't know if it's correct. Yeah, it is correct. Okay. That kind of shows you from that map. You've got Lithuania, Belarus, not in GeoGuessr, but Ukraine as well. So let's move on. Okay, right. This can be a couple of different things. So you've got the belt here. Basically, there's a white line between the top half of the man and the bottom half of the man. There's a couple of different countries that have this. Portugal has it. But Portugal has Portugal has 5 stripes as well, but it's just a bit more. You should be able to tell the difference between Portugal and another country. This is Germany. You can see from the DE in the back, but yeah, Germany also has the belt, and I think Hungary and Croatia also apparently have the belt. So, but this, we would then look around and see German language, and Austria uses a completely different crossing sign. So actually you can use, I'm going to open this, I got this from Reddit. So Austria uses this arrangement. And this is a good way of telling the difference between some similar countries, by the way. So I'll bring that up at some point, but it's Germany anyways. Right, next up. Okay, so this is the easiest one in my mind. If you see a billion stripes, it's Spain. It's just Spain. Right, obviously that's Mallorca, but the number of stripes, well, Switzerland also does use quite a lot of stripes, 7 lines. I think Spain, what does Spain have? Yeah, on this image it says way too many lines. Like that. Anyways, that's an easy one. Right, so that's the first round done. Pretty useful for every round there, so I won't probably cut it. This is another Eastern European one. We'll look around. I would say this is going to be Ukraine or Russia. It's got a red car. It should be Ukraine. Obviously, you have to use other bits of the meta to work things out at times. Right, the yellow sign I think is Iceland. I'm just going to confirm that here. Yes, it is Iceland. So we're just going to send Reykjavik. Iceland, probably not such a useful one to learn because Iceland looks very distinct, to be honest. I keep thinking that there are some that are very useful to learn and others that aren't. Right, so looking at this one, we've got 4 stripes, which puts us... I'm thinking this is Sweden looking at it, because I think when you look at it, yeah, so you've got the 4 stripes instead of 5. Now, Norway has a smaller stride, and Sweden has a larger stride, and it's actually on here. Yeah, Norway and Sweden, 4 lines, small stride. Sweden has 4 lines and a large stride. So this should be Sweden. Or Iceland, apparently. Okay, well, that's good to know. You can get non-yellow lines in Iceland as well. I did that, of course, without moving, panning, or zooming, so I probably would have confirmed that anyways. Okay, wow, this is a chunky one. So this is the belt, and you've got 5 lines. So like we said before, Portugal, with Germany, but it doesn't look like Germany, so I think it's probably Portugal. The other option was Hungary and Croatia, but obviously Croatia could be a possibility, but we do also see the yellow side of the plate there, so this should be Portugal, and it was. Right, okay, so this is Poland, I think, because Poland has a solid line. So I'm just going to send Poland and hope it's correct. Yeah, it is. Okay, so no other country uses that as far as I'm aware. You've got that, straight, solid line. Right, this one should be... Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. So I would call this a more timid-looking person. And I think that is Denmark or Norway. I think it's Denmark. I think I'm just going to send Denmark. I feel like it is. Yes. Okay. That's good. I was like, I was looking at the different types and I was saying, oh, this one looks very sort of like, oh. What? So that's how I'm thinking about Denmark when I see the pedestrian crossing sign. Didn't really need learning on that. Right, we've got another belt, probably Portugal from the looks of the surroundings, or Croatia. Well, that's the pitfall that you're going to sometimes have. Now, had I looked around a bit more, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily. I mean, you just have to find one bit of language. I mean, it doesn't look too unlike Portugal, I would have said, but you see this, that's not Portuguese. So I I probably would have got that if I looked around. So, okay, so we've got the 3 lines. Okay, 3 lines. That's the Baltics, I think. Again, yeah, I was thinking Estonia. I think I will just send Estonia here. Yeah, wow. Very close as well. That was just a lucky middle of the country plonk. So yeah, the Estonia kind of looks like the Russian one, but a little less angular, I would have said. But yeah, that's just something to get used to. Okay, we got the belt again. I'm going to look around this time. And so we can look at this. We see that. We also see Hrvatske, which is the Croatian word for, I think, Croatian. So it's Croatia. But it's good to be able to learn that we've got other belt countries. This, of course, is your a million stripes in Spain. And okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Was Switzerland 7 stripes? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's Switzerland. I haven't seen this one. Oh, this is Turkey. Just because I can see the language, but that's probably not going to be a particularly useful one. I think I'm going to call it there for the first map. I'm starting to see a couple of countries that I've seen too many times. The one thing I will talk about that I thought is quite useful from this image is telling the difference between Czechia and Slovakia. You've both got the hat, but you've got a larger margin. If you ever see this large gap between the edges of the lines and the edge of the triangle, it's Slovakia. And then you see the same thing but stretched out a bit more, it's Czechia. So that's just a useful bit of knowledge. And we already talked about these other ones, like Norway and Sweden. You got the 4 stripes, but Sweden's got the larger stride, Norway's got the smaller stride. And if you see a very sort of forlorn-looking person, it's Denmark. So, right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into an urban Europe. And now here's the point where you will see every round will be chopped because I won't see a pedestrian crossing sign every round. Okay, we've got a crossing sign. And we can see we're in Spain. So without having to look at the language or anything, we can just bonk in Spain. That's good. Have we got crossing sign here? No. Oh, we do have one here. Okay, very generic. So what I would do is look around here now, and I think it's Italy. So this is a sign that, yeah, we saw this sign in Italy before, and then I can look at the plates and see the 2 blue plates. So this is Italy. Okay, we've got another crossing sign. We got the belt, 5 stripe. So we know we're in Portugal or Germany or Hungary or Croatia. This looks more Portuguese, and the moment you see the language, obviously, if you struggle to differentiate though between Spain and Portugal, this is how you do it. If you see a pedestrian crossing sign, this is Portugal. This is a typical. I mean, the footage is terrible. It's not official footage. We have got sort of the Eastern European Russian looking sign. I do wonder if I was going to say like that looked a little less angular, so I was going to say Estonia. We of course saw it on the van there, so that's Estonia, of course. Right, I've switched back to the previous map because I just wasn't. I thought I would get more middle of the city pedestrian crossing rounds in the previous map. Sorry, and yeah, I just wasn't getting them. So we go back to the other map, and we'll just play a couple more rounds of this. This is Estonia, as we've talked about before. Okay, right. Four stripes with the longer stride has got to be Sweden. That's not a pedestrian crossing sign. What is this? Is it France? Probably France. Okay, and now we've got that's 5 and a longer stride. This looks very much like the Swedish one. I'm actually gonna zoom and look around here. Oh, of course, this is Finland. Of course, this is Finland. Yes, so I just need to remember that if you see a similar one to the Swedish one, but it's got 5 stripes, it's going to be Finland. Yeah. And then this one, which I'm just struggling with, because it can be, I think, a couple of different countries. Let me remind myself. Czechia has it. Could it be Greece? No, it doesn't look like the Greek one. What else can it be? I actually don't know here. Let's have a look around. Proper look around. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is where you have to be careful using infographics like this. I think this is one of these countries, the Balkan countries, that they use some different signs. So I looking at this, I would have probably said it's like Serbia or something like that. It wasn't. It was Montenegro, but there it goes to show it's not the same one as the one on the map with Montenegro. Okay. 5 stripes, long stride, Finland. Okay. 4 with a hat. 4 with a hat. I've not seen this before. Is it Bulgaria? Yes, okay. Oh, right. That's the way you differentiate between Czechia and Slovakia and Bulgaria. You have the hat, but you don't have 5 stripes. You just have 4. There we go. It was Velika Turnova. We got the belt. We got the 5 stripes. We're going to zoom out a little bit. It looks like, yeah, it looks like probably is going to be Portugal. Okay, so this is going to be. Oh, wait, no. No, I'm not sure actually. 1, 2, it's 5 stripes. I was like, I saw 4 and I thought it was going to be Norway. I thought it was 4. 5 stripes. This is Netherlands. Yeah. The Netherlands looks like that, so it's different from Belgium. I suppose if you struggle differentiating between Netherlands and Belgium, first thing is yellow plates, obviously, in Netherlands, but if you see a pedestrian crossing sign and you don't have cars for whatever reason, there you go. Okay, let's just do one more round to finish up the video, and we got our old friend Spain. Or Andorra. Okay, so there you go. If you don't look around, you might make a fool of yourself and choose Spain when it's actually Andorra. Right, this is going to be Netherlands again, no? With the shape. Apparently, you can get with a yellow bit around it. That's good. Okay, we got the belt again. 5 stripes. This is Germany, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Did I have this one before? I think I did. What the heck is this? It's like in Slender Man. What is this? I've never seen this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stripes as well. I've no idea. I have no idea what this is. Oh, is it Israel? But we saw Israel had a different one before as well. Don't bother learning them for Israel. If you see Slender Man, you're in Israel. Not literally, you know what I mean. And I think we had this one before. This was it Macedonia? Oh God, I can't even remember. Maybe it was Serbia actually. Or Montenegro. There we go. Okay. I'm going to wrap the video up there. Obviously, there's a lot of different signage stuff to cover. I covered a fair number of different things in the video. So hopefully you've learned something. And hopefully I catch you again in the next Learn Geoguessr video. Location/meta topic pending. Let me know if you have something specific you want me to cover. So anyways, I'll catch you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.